Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. What's up, everybody? Monday morning, daily market commentary. Hope everybody had an absolutely amazing weekend as we're about to roll on to our daily market commentary. What we do each and every day with a market's up at an all-time high. Where are there opportunities? They do exist. We just got to be able to find them. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get the alerts and the updates as they happen. Today we are up about 15 points this morning in the S&P as we had a pretty strong overnight rally. When we were looking in our live trade room last night, we were looking at the potential for a pullback into this region here to see if we would be able to get an entry, but we did not get any pullback, and it just rallied higher. So actually, if you were trading this, you did get a little bit of a breakout chance in the last little bit, but it was overnight. And for most traders, if you're located in the U.S. hours, that's going to be the time when your head's on the pillow and you're not going to catch that breakout. But looking at it now, I don't want to be chasing, right? I don't think it makes any sense to chase. You might want to get in on a pullback to one of these areas. Here's Friday's close. If we get a pullback into this region. But right now I've got the 30-37 by 30-42 area kind of highlighted. Now remember, one of the things that we talked about in last night's live trade room was, where does this thing keep going? And we used a Fibonacci extension to see some areas that we were looking at somewhere up in this region. Next would be the NQ level. So in the NQ, very similar, except I got a little higher level, and it's right around the early afternoon of Friday, where we rallied up from, but once again at a new all-time high. But you guys know the rules on all-time highs. Don't pull on Superman's cape. Don't spit into the wind. And don't try to short the all-time high. Wait for price to give you a breakdown opportunity to get in, which we don't obviously have at the moment. And so I would hold off on really trying to take any shorts up at any of these levels. Look for pullbacks to areas of demand as a chance to get long. Crude oil. So in crude, we are rallying up very strong. Had a really nice move, and then in the evening hours yesterday, we pulled back just a little bit, pulled back into this wick over wick area, and actually saw price move off of that wick over wick. I didn't love that wick over wick area. It's not typically the cleanest setup when I've got two different sizes in here. However, that turned out to be a pretty decent area as price rallied off of there. Not a level I would take in an overnight scenario. So we do have a demand level down here. This was our breakout point. If we get some basing in front of it, I still need the basing in front of it to be considered a breakout. And so it's still very much in play for a potential on a breakout. So keep an eye on this one. Gold, we are looking at two areas below us for potential demand areas. As far as supply goes, we may see a breakout above that area, but on the 4-hour chart, it's very sideways on a price action standpoint, and so not a whole lot in here. For those of you that are looking at the trade feed, we talked about an iron condor in gold a couple of days ago, and it is working out just fine as it's chopping along in that sideways price action. Looking at our bonds, so the bonds, we found a level last night. Price actually hit that level, and we've gotten a little bit of a bounce off of that zone as we gave this a nice touch and go off the European market open. Remember the 6-candle rule, and if we're 3 candles into the 6-candle rule, so if it doesn't really go too much, then we would want to close that thing out or at least move our stop to break even so that we don't lose any potential profits. But that one's moving up from our little demand area right now. The Aussie, we didn't have anything added, and price has come down a little bit in the Aussie. And we're going to see that pretty much all of our currencies have come down a little bit. The euro, we have a potential breakout up in this region, but no reversals. And then the Canadian dollar. Unfortunately, the Canadian dollar, I had a breakout long set up, and we got our pop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles later. Price had gone nowhere. And so based on the 6-candle rule with price going nowhere, this was the breakout candle. And based on price going nowhere, you're going to want to close that thing out. And in the last few hours, it's come sinking back down a little bit. So that's the main reason for that 6-candle rule. I'm actually still going to leave the line in here. I may want to raise it just a smidge because I still think that this could be a breakout area. We just unfortunately didn't come true, and that's going to happen occasionally. But especially since there was the 6 candle play in here, I think you still have a good shot of it popping back up if it does chop around in there again. Looking at the Great British Pound, the Japanese yen, in the pound, we have this area of potential reversal that we were looking at a couple of days ago, which we're making our way down into that zone. And if we do make our way down into that zone, I think that you could get a small bounce and use this up here as your target area and look for a reversal in this candle over candle area, this wick over wick area right here. And then the Japanese yen, we had a breakdown potential, and our breakdown did occur, and that one is still moving. So if you took the breakdown in the yen, that one is moving along nicely. So a couple of decent ones between the breakdown in the yen, the reversal in the bonds, both of those ones playing very well. And then also one of them we looked at last night, actually the one I kind of liked the best, was the Nat gas move. We actually just got the Nat gas entry just a few moments ago, a few hours ago, and so it's rallied up a little bit. This area up here would be our first target in there, and our stop was down here at this 27.81. So now that we've gotten that breakout above, you can let that thing continue to run. And this is one of them that, one of our members who took this, oftentimes this trade takes many days to come to fruition. So don't give up on things too early on this one. Maybe give that one a little bit of room to run. So that's what I have for today. If you guys have any questions, please shoot us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. I will see you soon.